Hello lovelies, I hope you are well. Welcome to the Gods and Charmers channel. My name is Claire. If you are new here, do come and join the GE family by subscribing and clicking the bell. If you enjoy this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It really helps us out, and do comment down below. I read them all and I try and respond to as many as humanly possible. If you want to see more of me, then do come over and join our closed Facebook group. We have free new moon and full moon PDFs. We have live videos over there. We have live sales crystals that don't make it to the website. All sorts of sneak peeks. There's free guided meditations over there. Lots of fun stuff. All the info for absolutely everything will be in the drop down under the title of this video. So today we're going to be doing a kind of crystal haul slash some of my favorite pieces from my collection. A lot of you have been asking me to film another one of these. It has literally been forever. I do want to do one with some of our larger pieces, but obviously it creates a few issues because you can't exactly pick them up. So me and Mr. G are figuring that out as we speak. So today I'm going to show you some of my favorite pieces and pieces that I'm working with at the moment. These are very treasured pieces within my collection. So let's get started. We'll start with something reasonably small but still absolutely fabulous, and that is this gorgeous Udlite double terminated wand. Now, Udlite is an amazing crystal for anyone with autoimmune issues or chronic health issues. It's really great also if you are a crystal healer to have in your toolkit, because you're generally going to be working with clients that have those problems. So I use this wand for myself as I have autoimmune issues. I use this wand in my distance healing practice because I offer distance healing through GE as well. So Udlite is really, really powerful for anything that involves the nerves and the nervous system, but it is a very expensive and hard to get your hands on crystal. Often the pieces are really, really small, and they might be mostly black or have tons and tons of quartz in them. So it's really hard to get your hands on, but this is something that is very, very precious to me that I've had a very long time. So much so I'm literally putting it out the way to protect the points because it sits on the main altar all the time for safety purposes. Next is a piece that's slightly newer to my collection. Some of our community have these in the larger size, and I have some of this smaller size for our next treasures event, but I kept one for me. And I always it's so hard because when you do find crystals their new homes, you want one yourself. We always joke over in the group that it's, you know, one for me, one for them. But in this case, I did keep a beautiful Lapis carved Hator. She's just stunning, so detailed. These are carved by hand. I have seen others on the market, but not like the design. But this design is from my specific supplier and their carvers. So that is my Hator. I like to work a lot with Egyptian deities, and Hator's been really, really present through a lot of my work recently. So she actually sits just behind there's an altar next to the main altar here, which is her altar, and she sits in one of our ritual plates from the site with sand in. She sits in the middle, and there's some herbs and some crystals around her, and she is under a copper pyramid in the center of the altar. So that is my Lapis Hator. I am a collector of lapis. I love lapis. Like I said, I work for a lot of Egyptian energy, but this is in no way Egyptian energy, but it is still lapis. And that is my Lapis Dragon skull. This truly is a prized possession of mine. Large dragon skulls, my Scully collection. I have one to show you today. If you like seeing the scullies, I can bring along the others for another video. But this is my Lapis Dragon carving. Just so detailed, so beautiful, all done by hand. These are not mass produced, so when they come into my supplier, there's not tons of them. There was only one lapis in this particular size. Then there was a couple that were smaller, and it is literally what comes in, because my supplier chooses the rough with her carver, and then they will carve them into what they feel called and what their energy is aligned with. So this is my beautiful dragon skull. So that is lapis. Now lapis is the priest and priestessing crystal. It really helps you find your spiritual power, your spiritual place. It helps you to feel empowered in your magical workings. So I love to have lots of lapis around. Next time I'll bring my big lapis generator along to show you all. So also from my Egyptian altar, this was purchased for me by my hubby. And that is my clear quartz onk. It's probably better with my hand out the way, I think. So yeah, it's quite a large onk, hand carved, beautiful quartz. There's gorgeous coding and markings within here, and it stays on one of my Egyptian altars. I use it to charge up the ingredients for our kefi when we are making them. This is used along with this accompanying quartz bowl. Look at that, and all in there is some of the most stunning coding. This I use a lot in my personal spiritual practice, as well as for making things for GE. When I made the last lot of kefi, the fruit was put in here with the wine to soak, and this was popped over top. You can find a photo of that, I think, on our Instagram or in the Facebook group, one or the other. But yeah, that's my clear quartz bowl. Now my onk, like I said, I work a lot with Egyptian energy, so it's really, really important symbol for me to work with. It is a symbol of life and healing, and my deities love it. So this is very, very prized. When it comes to my bowls, I have bowls of every crystal going. I collect crystal bowls. I think they're really, really powerful for your practice, making oils in them, charging incenses or herb mixes in them, charging your jewelry in them. There's just so much you can do with a gemstone bowl. And if you have a quartz one like this, you can actually make charged waters. I make a lot of our gem elixirs and flower elixirs in clear quartz bowls like this or larger. So it's a really, really important part of my collection, and it is always in use. It's always on one of the altars, always has something in it. I just love it. It's just, oh, scrummy, scrummy. Now another newer piece to my collection is this beautiful Kunzite sphere. Now the camera always washes this out, but it is the most amazing purple pink, and it has the most beautiful sparkles all across it. And this really is a collector's piece. You can see the size of this. Kunzite is quite rare, quite hard to get your hands on. Usually you will see smaller sizes like this. I don't know if we still have some of that. I know I kept a teardrop one like this so that I could actually walk around with it easier than this piece. But it really, only 3 of these came into my suppliers. I took one, my supplier kept one, and another lady that we know took the other one. And then there were some generators, because they're so sizable. It is expensive, but for me it's an investment piece. I'm not going to see another one, especially this grade and quality. I have to use artificial light. It's meant to be summer here. Debatable. But the colour of this truly is a magnificent purple pink, and it is so gemmy. It's almost like windows inside it. It's really, really wonderful to work with if you want to heal your inner child, if you want to do any healing around the mother wound, if you just need gentle, nurturing, divine feminine energy within your practice, within yourself. If that's where you're wanting to connect to goddess energy, then Kunzite is one to wear. It's one to have around your home. Have I got my, oh yeah, I have got my Kunzite bracelet on today. I'm working quite heavily with Kunzite at the moment, and I also like to take Kunzite into my shadow work as well, because it does help with that healing, ancestral healing, inner child healing, particularly down the mother line for the ancestral healing. So it's great for that as well. Ooh, where to go next? Okay, next, this is pure treasure. I've never seen one like it. I've never seen one like it since. I collect natural citrine. We specialize in bringing you natural, no heat treated amethyst in GE. It's like definitely not. I have a whole video about that if you want to go see. But we specialize in natural citrine in all its forms, spheres, tumbles, everything you can imagine. And I collect it personally. So this is a smoky citrine. Let's try and get it so it's, oh, now you can see my screen. There we go. You can see it there. Probably if I move my hand. Oh, look at that rainbow. So beautiful. And you're like, that is beautiful. Yes, it is. But it's about to get a lot better. Oh, this is the back. So the back, these are all citrine points, many of which are double terminated. Is that not absolutely incredible? And that's completely natural. I remember when this came in, the person that polished it did not want to part with this piece, and they sent it to my supplier and they were like, yeah, Claire's going to be taking that. But yeah, sorry about the reflection of my screen there, guys. But yeah, that is a prized piece in my collection. All these beautiful double terminated, the power of the citrine and the smoky and citrine together. Again, I did a recent post on Instagram and all our socials on that, and you can read about it on the website, but it's a favorite of mine. If you feel blocked, if you feel like you can't call in prosperity, abundance, you never have success at what you're trying to do, what you're trying to manifest, you always feel like something's blocking you, then smoky citrine is what you want to work with. Get yourself a smoky citrine generator, create yourself a prosperity grid or an abundance grid for whatever your intention is. The smoky quartz is going to clear through any of those blockages. It's going to transmute any negative energy, and then it's going to leave space for the citrine to come through and do its thing and really manifest that abundant energy in your life. So I highly recommend citrine, and smoky citrine for that matter. Where to next? Let's go to my moon. So this is generally on a stand. I won't hold the stand up. I don't think you're that interested in a stand. But this is my quartz moon. We had these in one of our events over in the Facebook group. I hope to be able to get some more, but I kept one for myself because they are just so beautiful. They are full of rainbows. This gets charged every single full moon. It's on my permanent main altar all the time. It helps me connect in to the lunar cycle wherever we are on it. So if I want to connect into the full moon energy, I can, new moon energy, or anywhere in between. It brings that lunar energy, that lunar power to your working space. So this is a really powerful working piece for me, which I will show you there. Isn't it just beautiful? The markings are just glorious. So amazing. So that is my moon. And like I say, it stands in a stand, so it just stands nicely on the altar. Next on to something else that I collect, which is quartz with chlorite included. Chlorite is my #1 physical healing mineral. Whether it's in a generator, whether it's in a tumbled form, whatever form it's in, I cannot get enough of it. It's so good at keeping you healthy, at helping you work through things. When I have people that are going through medical treatments that have to take medication every day and they want crystals to support them, I will always say smoky quartz whenever you're taking any kind of medical treatment. It's a great one to have around you or on you at all times, but also quartz with chlorite included to help speeden that healing process and to support your healing physically. And it really is a physical healer, not an emotional healer. So I have 2 pieces. Again, this is one that's in a stand. So this one is usually in a stand there. And you can see all the beautiful chlorite in the end. And right there, I don't know if you can see, there is a beautiful inner child there. It's another crystal growing inside it. So you can see all the way along and down to the base, if the camera wants to play today. And this is a natural point. That's the natural end of it, which for me is really fabulous in this kind of tool, because it's that connection back to the earth, back to the cluster or the place that this came from, that connecting back into the deep earth energy. And then this is its natural formation. And how you can tell that is you take a look at the striations of the chlorite. So I don't know how well this will pick it up. Oh, there we go. So you see those lines? They are in perfect alignment with the direction of the point and the direction of the piece, meaning that is how it grew. Because chlorite, when it grows as phantoms in the quartz, will be in alignment with the points. So it will often be triangles in there. If your triangles are heading this way, but your point's heading that way, then your piece has been taken from a large rough and then polished down. This is a natural piece that's just had a little bit of polishing, a little bit of smoothing done, but it's not been manhandled too much. And this is a really powerful tool for, again, energy healing, for moving energy. I could use this to cast circle if I wanted. I could use it to activate grids, but I don't, because I don't want to damage this point under any circumstance, because this is such a special piece from my collection. And like I say, it stands in a black like cast irony stand. And still with the chlorite, we come to my Scully. So this is my Scully, well, one of them anyway. And you can see all of this chlorite. Look at that rainbow, by the way. Do you see the rainbow in there? Stunning, stunning rainbow that goes right across this part. All in there, all of that is chlorite inside. The clarity is amazing on this skull. Focus camera, you can do it. It's like you're giving me too much to look at. There's too many rainbows, too many inclusions. But yeah, this is my skull. I think it's because, honestly, because of that chlorite at the back there. So it focuses happily on that. But you can see there's rainbows in his cheek. There's just rainbows all over. You can see right into the skull. And this skull here is very, very healing in its energy. Very, very potent. I mean, you can feel the presence. And it is a really, I say it, I'm not trying to be rude. I know a lot of people's skulls have names. Mine have names too, but they're not happy with their names being shared on the YouTube. I have shared them in my courses with students before, and the odd one occasionally in our Facebook group. But for YouTube, it's just a no. It's also why I've not really done any altar tours. Most of my deities do not want that on YouTube, so they're happy to be photographed and videos to be done in our group where it's more of it's a really positive, uplifting environment. We have a great group of people. We don't have any of that drama that other groups have. But no, so I'm not being rude with my skull. Those of you that are skull collectors and here to have a look at the skull, I'm just not sharing my skull's name. So yeah, this is my beautiful chlorite included skull. So yes, and then just, I think, where are we at? We're about 20 minutes. So I think I'll show 2 more pieces. So this here is a Lemurian, but as you can see, it's a very special Lemurian. Actually, I might show 3. So you can see the 2 points. They are literally grown together. The markings are still on here. I mean, it is just an incredibly powerful piece to work with. And you can use this in healing. I have opened a lot of messages and ancient wisdom from here in journey work. It's currently working with Hator and her energy. But any energies where you want to do healing of a couple, healing of your inner child, and you want to represent 2 people, 2 energies, this is a great crystal to work with. It also can represent the goddess or source energy and yourself being held. And I have found that to be really powerful work with this particular crystal, and that's one of the ways it likes to be worked with. I like to listen to my crystals and how they want me to work with them. There's some beautiful coding on here. It's just, the markings are stunning. But this is a very heavy, very large piece. But like I say, this just naturally has grown together. They're completely solid. They cannot break apart. And oh my gosh, it's just such a special piece, guys. I hope you enjoy seeing that one. I love it. I love bringing that one out. Okay. We'll do something small and then we'll end on something large. So then there is this little guy. And this little guy here, oh, I think you saw the colour really good then. I think we caught a kind of swoosh of the purpleness. But this here is a Bromberg. And we were very, very lucky. My supplier got some insane Bromberg in, and we had it in one of our Crystal Treasures events. And of course I kept one. And this one has anhydro in it, which means there are bubbles of water inside. And when you move the piece, the water moves inside. So really, really potent energy, connects to the upper chakras. It's really, really good for physical healing. It's good for spiritual advancement. It's good because I do a lot of teaching. It's really great as a teacher crystal when you're teaching anything to do with spirituality. Having Bromberg nearby supports you in being able to get across the energy that you're talking about, because when we are teaching more holistic things, when we're talking about green witchery and kitchen witchery like I'm teaching at the moment, I've talked about gods and goddesses, spiritual self-care. It's really good to have crystals like this, and appetite, and crystals that are going to help you to get across the energies you're talking about, to get across the work to your students in a way that they're going to understand and connect on an energetic level. So I like to keep my Bromberg around for that, and I also do use it in a lot of healing. It's got beautiful markings on the bottom. It's got sacred geometry. Several of them had the full hexagon. I don't think it's going to pick it up, but it's literally, there's a hexagon there, then it comes out and there's another one, and there's 4 in total, and then there is a shaman's portal on the base there. So that's my Bromberg. And then I think we're going to end on Lord Ganesha, and he is carved out of labradorite. Just look at his flash. Is he not divine? This truly is a treasure from my collection. I adore Lord Ganesha and the goddess Lakshmi. I work with them a lot. They are welcome guests in our home, and this is just the creme de la creme. I mean, it's beautiful labradorite. You're seeing a fraction of the flash right now. I might have took a little video of this in natural light. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. But there's flash. All his legs are flash. I mean, it's literally just any part of him is flash. And with labradorite, that is something that we really, really look for. But it's so hard in these carved pieces. So I'm going to lean back. It's super heavy. I look suddenly very lazy. It's so hard with carving large pieces like this because you need to get the high grade labradorite, and you also have to be skilled enough to be able to carve in the right way to bring that flash out to the surface. Because if you carve in the wrong direction, you polish in the wrong direction, you take the wrong bit off, suddenly you could end up with what simply looks like a dull rock. So he is up close, and then when you turn him, he's fully decorated on the back. He has his rats there, and this all has flash as well. I don't think that's going to pick up, but fully carved all the way around. Again, it's a very large piece, like the size of my head, and a true treasure of my collection. One of these came in and it came home with me. So can you see a trend? It's why when I do go shopping at my crystal supplier, we're going to be going actually a couple of times over the next few weeks. So if you do want to see me at my supplier, then come join the group, because that's where I put all the content. But I do try and either film a little bit there or take photos while I'm there, so that I just don't go around scooping everything up. You know, it's a struggle. It is a real struggle. You know, one for me, one for you, 10 for me, half of one for you. It can sometimes happen when I tend to go crystal shopping, but there we are. So my lovelies, I hope you have enjoyed this video and having a little look through some of my crystal collection. Like I said before, do subscribe, come see me in the group, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon. Stay well and healthy. Blessed be.